Oh. Whoa! Have a look at this! What's up, guys? Welcome back to Ride the Bean. Today I am in a city, or outside of a city, called Vienne. Oh fuck, that's a big ass bee. And the reason I came here was because in southern France I met this woman. Actually, it was right around the time I met Jonathan, or before we left for our trip. And she really also likes to travel. She's been traveling quite a lot in Europe, and her plan was to go to Cambridge to work as a teacher, French teacher. But then her plans changed, and we got to talking, and she has always dreamed of going to Norway. She doesn't have a license, unfortunately, so she's gonna have to take the bus. But our plan is to go through Italy and up to Austria and fly from Vienna. So this is Marion.
Hi.
And now this place is actually her grandparents' house, where you kind of grew up, is it?
Yes, yes. So that's the garden. It's quite an interesting garden because my family are tree sellers, so we have a bunch of different trees, quite exotic. For instance, we have a bamboo forest.
Look at this. You used to play in here
Yes.
when you were a kid.
Yes. We used to get lost in here.
Your grandparents bought this in the 60s, was it?
No, it was in the 70s. We planted, well, they planted about 10 bamboos. And now, 40 years, 50 years later, that's what it looks like.
It's kind of eerie walking through here. Spider webs.
Yes. This you don't find in Scandinavia, right?
No,
Yeah, so,
definitely not.
this is like my favorite pine
Oh yeah?
cedar tree. It's so beautiful. It's also a little bit bluish, and it's really old. And it
This is so cool.
it was struck by lightning or something here, so it lost a branch, but it's huge. This one, I don't know the name in English or in French, but it's very special. So
What?
from outside it looks a bit like a willow, but if you go underneath, it has some very interesting branches.
That's crazy. How does a tree grow like this?
Looks like a tree from a fairy tale. Yeah. So this one is special too. Usually you don't find it in Europe. It's the famous maple tree from Canada. This one is very beautiful. But actually the trees are not doing so well because it's getting warmer every year. And this year it's been the worst drought in France. So the garden doesn't look as good as it usually does, and the trees are really suffering. We used to have a lot more, but they disappeared. So now we have a palm tree instead.
Oh,
So this one can survive here. That's new.
that's cute.
Yeah.
Cool. That was very interesting. And also you have a bunch of cherry trees and
Fig trees.
fig trees. Oh, there's a fig tree.
Yeah, we
Oh,
have
yeah.
all the fruit we need.
Wow, that's cool.
Oh yeah, they are ready if you want one.
Is this is ready?
Yeah. If it's soft, it's ready.
Oh. Huh. Fig. Never eaten a fig off the
Really?
tree before. How do you eat it?
Just bite in it.
You eat the whole thing?
Yes.
Huh.
It's I guess it's a southern thing.
Now the plan is let's get on the bike
Yes.
and head to Vienne, because Vienne is a very interesting historical city. What can you tell me about it?
Oh, it's one of the most important Roman cities in France. We have very well kept Roman ruins, and it used to be a very important center, trading post, and at the crossroad between different empires. So we can tell a bit about that later as we visit, but a very strategic place.
This is the mom. Around the time me and Jonathan left for our trip, and we just stayed in touch via text and everything, and decided, well, why not try a different type of adventure? That's the kind of the point of my journey here, is to, well, follow whatever opportunities comes along. And now this came along. I will travel on a motorcycle. I will try to do the TET a little bit in Italy, and she will take the bus, and then we'll explore cities and towns together for a bit. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's an interesting new way of traveling again. So welcome to Vienne. So this is the Rhone River. Not to be confused with the Rhin in Germany. Oh wow! What is this? This looks like an old cathedral or something. This is a good place to park. This is gonna be so cool. Did you grow up here? No.
No, but my family is from here.
Your family, so you spent your childhood here?
Yeah, I come here for holidays.
Right. And you are a history teacher.
Yes.
And a French teacher.
Yes, I'm a British history teacher.
British history.
Yes, but I know a little bit about my city.
Yeah?
This is one of the oldest churches in France from the 5th century. And during the French Revolution, it was desacralized, which means that you couldn't use it as a church anymore. And then in the 19th century, they restored it and they made it a museum for lapidary art. It's the art of shaping stones.
Oh, really?
And now it's kind of an archaeological museum about this, where you can also see some Roman artifacts.
So cool.
You can see the architecture is pretty old.
It looks like it's actually open. This is like a sarcophagus or something?
Yes, because for a while it was used as a place to put like a funeral home. There we go.
Oh, really?
So, yes.
I'd never heard of this place before. I had no idea how that this was such an important place in history. I love these ancient Roman mosaics.
And this is a sarcophagus too.
Buste Magnens.
Yeah, this was found around here in 1908.
It's from 350?
It's an emperor from the 4th century. So this one was found in the center of town. It's the bust of an emperor from the 14th century. And they recognize him thanks to the crown he wears, which is what he was wearing. So that's how they knew it was this emperor. It was found in the Forum. So the Forum is like the center of town in Latin cities.
It's so cool when you travel and you realize like the Roman Empire was insanely vast. Like I've been so many places that has like Roman ruins in Jordan and in Spain and well, I haven't been to Britain yet, but they have it up there. And now here in France, it's insane how big that empire was. Should we go have a look at some other sites? What was this place? Like, why was this such an important place in history? Like, why did the Romans have this they had it as a capital for a regional capital?
Oh, regional capital, yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Why? Because it's next to the river, so it's a strategic place if you want to trade. And they were trying to invade, France. So at the time it was Gallic tribes, and the Roman Empire was trying to expand and conquer more and more ground in France. So they arrived until here.
It's getting pretty hot now, so let's sit down and have a little bit of a drink. I was hoping there would be some good coffee here, but doesn't seem like Vienne has any decent coffee. But a beer sounds nice. Right, cheers.
Cheers.
Always nice with a cold beer. I sort of missed a little bit. What was because you were supposed to go to Cambridge.
Yes, so...
And what was the story there? Because what happened? Why didn't you go to Cambridge?
So I'm teaching at university, so I wanted to teach abroad for a change.
You're a French teacher in university?
I'm a language teacher, so depends on which country I am in. When I'm in France, I teach English, so I was doing this in Montpellier for the past 3 years. And then my dream is to teach French abroad because it's more interesting. And I got a job offer to teach French in Cambridge for next year, for a year. So I was about to leave travel in Europe during the summer, and then go to England in September to start the new job. And then the plan changed recently because the visa fees are incredibly high to go into England. And I found out some details about the job, so the pay, the working conditions, that were really ridiculous, and I decided to not take the offer in the end. So in the end I'm not going, and that's why I take more time to travel and go to Norway and after find a job somewhere, but we'll see. But
why do you want to go to Norway?
So
it's such a strange place to have a...
I like, I love languages. And I love Germanic languages and Scandinavian languages especially. So I am studying a bit of Swedish and a bit of Norwegian. So what better way to learn it, to become fluent, than to go there?
Of course.
And, yeah.
Because you already speak... How many languages do you speak? 5?
I have working knowledge, so I wouldn't say I speak them fluently, but yes, so English, French, my native language, German, Dutch. I really love Dutch for some reason. And then I started with Swedish and Norwegian. And I know a bit of Italian. I can understand Spanish as well.
Impressive.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons. And I also really love the nature there. That seems like my dream country to hike in Europe. I love the forest and the mountains. My plan was to go to Norway by bus. Through France, Belgium, the Netherlands, Germany, and Denmark, and then Sweden. So then when I saw he was going the same direction, I thought, okay, maybe we can combine it.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
The plan tomorrow, we're leaving for Turin in Italy. We're going to probably spend a day or two there, and then we're going to, what was it? Verona. And then heading through the Dolomites to get to Vienna.
Bolzano on the way.
Stopping in Bolzano on the way, and then heading to Vienna in Austria.
Yeah.
And then there I will park my bike and fly home for 3 weeks with Marion.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's actually that is the plan for the next few weeks. Instead of traveling with a biker, I'm traveling with a busser.
Well, I wish I was a biker, but yes.
Yeah, you want your motorcycle license?
Yes, I will. Yes, I'm saving for it.
Let's get your history brain going and go on a tour of Vienna. I want to learn more about this thing behind me. I don't know what it is. A temple of some sort. What is this temple? This looks a lot like the one in Athens in Greece.
Yes, because it's one of the most well-kept Roman temples in the whole Roman Empire. And this one was built for the Emperor Augustus and his wife Livy. So it's known as the Temple of August and Livy. Because at the time you also built temples to honor the emperors, like divine, how do you say it? Like gods and goddesses. There we go.
The emperors were gods.
Yeah, they were seen as gods, exactly. Well, no, they're not seen, but related to gods and honored like them. So this was built for the famous August Emperor and his wife. Okay, so this obviously was not found like this completely whole. They found the pieces here because this is the heart of the city. So that was the heart of the Roman city.
That was a cool temple, but now we are at another monument. I don't really know what this is. What this was, you said, in the middle of what?
So this is called the pyramid, and it was in the middle of a hippodrome. So it's like a big stadium for horse racing. And now, of course, the stadium is gone, but it used to be like this huge place around. And this was in the middle.
Oh, this is pretty cool. Now, what was next?
Now we're going up on the hill for a viewpoint of the city and of the most impressive Roman ruin, so the amphitheater.
Cool. This is such a cool city. The French and the Spanish choose such weird places to place cities. Or I guess now the Romans or whoever founded this place. So cool. Oh! Wow! Have a look at this! Oh crap, what the hell? This is amazing!
I know!
What the hell?
I know!
Wow! Have a look at this! What a view! This is insane! And look at that! Wow, this is insane! What a view! This is the whole of the city, right?
Yes.
So what are we looking at here?
The temple is around here. You can't see it from here. And then here you have the cathedral. And here you have the museum we saw at the start, so the old church. A bit closer here you have the amphitheater, which is the second biggest in the Gaulish Roman Empire, so with the French Roman part.
How old is the city now? You said it was founded when?
Okay, founded exactly we don't really know because it belonged to a Gaulish tribe, which was called the Allobroges, so quite an important tribe. And they were here on the side of the Rhone. And then at some point around the 4th century, the Romans came and they wanted to colonize it because it's a strategic place, very good for communication for the empire because it's along this river. So this river is called the Rhone and it comes from Switzerland and then it goes down to the Mediterranean Sea. It was like a provincial capital, so a capital for the whole province here. So, and at some point later in history, the Gaulish tribes here, the Allobroges, they managed to kick out the Roman armies. And that's how the Roman armies went further away along the river. And they founded a new colony called Lugdunum in Latin, which is now Lyon, as you know, a bigger city around. But first they came here, so this is older than Lyon. And then they went to Lyon because they were kicked out from here.
So Lyon was founded because the Romans were kicked out of Vienne.
And they wanted something along this river. And then later it became Christian. So you had some important archbishops. And for instance, that's here that the Templar order was abolished in the 14th century. So it was with the council here in Vienne that they abolished the order. Another interesting thing is that Vienne, so this city, is built around 7 hills, exactly like Rome. So Rome has 7 hills and Vienne too. So we are on one of them,
okay,
which is called Pipet. And you have others around.
Cool. This has been really interesting. Thank you so much for taking me around.
You're
this
welcome.
is really interesting. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tour as well. And meeting Marion. You'll get to see her quite a lot in the next few episodes, I'm guessing.
Yes, probably.
And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and click subscribe and ring the bell if you want to see what we end up doing next.
Yes.
I don't really know. We're going to Turin and then...
Italy and Austria. Beautiful landscape.
I'm hoping you can teach me some history about those places too.
Yes.
Cool. So, if you want a history tour of Turin, then tune in to the next few episodes.
Bye.
Peace. You need to say peace.
Peace.